Thank you for coming to our Mindful Flow Sunday morning. Today we're going to have a slow, stretchy Sunday morning flow, so I hope you like that. Um, just kind of felt like what I needed today, and sometimes that's all I have to go on So hopefully it'll resonate with you as well. In our practice today, we are going to be continuing to consider the theme that I began earlier this week as we move through some of the principles of the traditions and roots of yoga. So we talked about earlier this week the idea of Satya. Satya is the yama, or the guiding principle that relates to truth and being truthful. So I just find this one to be a pretty easy one to translate into my own practice, because truth comes from the heart. When you listen from your heart, when you practice from your heart, then everything else just sort of falls into place. And truthfulness really goes hand in hand with the first principle we discussed the weeks before, which is ahimsa, or non-harming. And I made the point, and I'll repeat it here, that a lot of times when we think about what it means to be truthful, there are some worries about where that line is drawn between being truthful at all costs, and whether that might harm someone else in speaking or acting on your truth. But as I began to study a little bit more about how these principles and how this guidance works together, it became very clear that the non-harming, the idea of non-harming trumps everything else. So we want to be truthful. We want to feel our truth. We want to understand our truth and be in very close concert truthfully with mind, heart, and spirit. But that doesn't always mean that you have to express that truth if it might harm another person. So I find that that's just a really practical way to think about being truthful. And honestly, this is how we all try to live our lives, right? We don't want to hurt anyone else, but I do find that that it's helpful, because the point of yoga is really an internal journey. It's connecting and journeying through the self to the self. And so the idea is that through our practice, through stillness and meditation, and the expression of ourselves through our body, it becomes easier and easier to feel truthfulness, to feel clarity, and that's really what this boils down to. So as we practice today, I'd like you to make sure that you feel and resonate with the posture, and know that if you don't, that the idea is you listen and you respond in kind. So let's go ahead and take a comfortable seat and begin to journey inward and start to feel what is happening inside our hearts this morning. Take a breath in, feeling the energy flow inside your body and resonate deep within your heart. As you let it out, feel yourself grounded. Take another deep breath in. Exhale and ground deeply down. Just feeling yourself relax and arrive in this space. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, and then just slowly sink down and arrive. let go of any extraneous dialogue, of any thoughts, expectations, judgments. Feel yourself in the stillness. Just let that settle in and around you like a soothing blanket as you feel your breath and as you relax into your body. Moments of quiet reflection before we begin to move and stretch. I'd like to welcome you to this day. Welcome you to the possibilities of everything that is before you. Each day opening like the pages of a book. And understanding that while we cannot control what will unfold, that in and of itself provides the spark and the joy of life. As we move through the practice, I'd like to see if there's a word that might just pop into your heart. A word that you would like to manifest today. I won't even suggest anything because I want this to come directly and truly and authentically from your center of truth. Whatever arises first is probably exactly what needs to come out. So whatever your word for the day is, whatever you'd like to see manifested, let's start with this practice. Let's take another deep breath in. Hear and say that word to yourself. Exhale. Relax and let it settle in. Very nice. All right, so go ahead and open your eyes. We're going to change up our seat just a little bit, and instead of sitting in Sukhasana, turn and bring the legs down the mat. All right, so extend both legs down the mat. And just start to find your seat. Maybe remove the flesh from the sitting bones so that you can ground down nice and solidly into the earth. And then we're going to bend the left knee. Leave the right leg straight. Bend the left knee. And just lift that left foot up. And circle the ankle around. Just create some circles with the ankle. Maybe pulling into the arch of your foot, almost like it's a fist. Fisting the foot and then opening it wide and then circling and finding some mobility in the ankle. And then turn it the other way, change the direction. And bring that leg a little closer to your body. Take the right hand and grab hold of the left foot and just kind of support the left leg and start to gently rock the leg back and forth. Rocking it like it's a small child or an infant with care and love. Just a little mobility as you feel the hip begin to open. Hip. And then what we're going to do is take the leg and we're going to continue bringing the foot across the leg, and you're going to slide that right foot slide the left foot back towards your right hip. All right, so now you're guiding that foot backwards. Your knees are going to be roughly stacked or close to it. And then we're going to lift up nice and tall and just begin to fold over the left knee, moving gently down a little at a time and just feeling that delicious stretch in the low back as we let the weight of the torso drop forward. Now, this doesn't have to be super stretchy or pulling yourself in any direction. We're just letting the weight of the body itself draw the heart down toward the knees. Again, I've said this so many times, but the slower you go, the more micro movement you allow, you will discover new areas within yourself need the release and that will benefit. So move very slowly. Eventually letting gravity just pull you down a little bit more, noticing all the areas that are talking to you right now, from the lower back down through the right side of your hip and the left. Arms come down and forward. Come back to your word for the day. Find a way to manifest that idea in every stage of the practice. Letting go, releasing, just enjoying this lovely slow Sunday morning. We'll slowly begin to come back up. Lift all the way up to the top. We're going to take the left arm across the body. Palm is going to be out. Right hand's going to come behind. Just take a little twist to the right, moving the pelvis, moving the chest so that the heart is facing the right side of the mat. And then lift the right arm up, reach it behind, opening up through the chest, the shoulders, the collarbones. Deep breath in. Exhale. Bring the right hand down behind, turn the chest toward the front, lift the left arm up and reach out of the left armpit. Deep breath in. Exhale. Take the right arm around, cross your arms in front, bring the palms together, and then fold forward once again. Gently bringing the hands toward your right foot and down one more time. Breathing in and out, feel this lovely stretch. Oh, all the way up and down. And then come all the way back up to the top. Let's uncross that left leg. Extend the left leg down the mat. Bend your right knee. And first, we're just going to pick that right leg up and open up the ankle again. So circling the ankle around, really squeezing into the arch of the foot. We don't exercise those arches, and they need to stay strong. So squeeze them together, finding mobility. And then let's turn the circles the other way, rolling it around. Wake up, ankle. Wake up, foot. And then we'll take that right foot into our left hand and just guide the foot toward the body and start a little rocking action back and forth. Now you don't have to pull this foot in all that close. You can leave it out front. We're just concentrating on the mobility of the hip here. not trying to do anything wild. Rocking back and forth. Rock that baby. And then take the right foot, guide it back toward the left hip. See how far back you can bring the foot so that the knees are roughly stacked. And then we'll lift up nice and tall through the torso. Bring the hands gently to the mat and start leaning forward again. Slow descent, just as before. Noticing any difference from one side to the other. Maybe you've got some issues going on in one hip that don't show up on the other side. Breathe and relax. Feel deeply all the way down into the outside of that left ankle. Soften the left leg and make sure that you're not straining or trying to pull yourself, but just letting the physics of the body drop in. Come back to your breath. Always using your breath to anchor your practice so that we encourage the body to relax and release. Nice slow start here for our Sunday morning. Back up, come to the top. Take your right arm across the body, palm is out. Left hand comes behind. Press down into the left fingertips and just start to help yourself turn toward the left. Easing into a nice gentle twist. When you've come to the full extent of your twist, lift the left arm up. Reach it behind you and now feel it all the way into the collarbones and out through the fingers. Bring the left hand down, tap it onto the mat once again, turn your chest toward the right, lift that right arm up. Exhale, bring the left hand forward, cross your arms once again, turn the palms toward each other, and fold down one more time, feeling that beautiful release into the hips and relaxing your heart. What do you want to manifest today? What one word can you anchor your thoughts and aspirations today? Whatever bubbled up from your heart, that is what needs to be released. Slowly roll back up. We're going to come to our feet. Bring both feet onto the mat. Push yourself up. Those feet, just pause here for a moment and maybe stretch into the Achilles, and then we're going to lift our seat all the way up and come to Uttanasana, forward fold. So let your head drop down, bring your feet hip distance apart, let your shoulders and head relax. Give that head a couple of yes/no shakes, just bobble it around a little bit and make sure there's nothing sort of kinked up in your neck. Allow the weight of the body to fall forward. And then take a deep breath in. Come up to fingertips, either on the mat or your blocks. Reach the head forward. Lift up through the navel. Feel this lovely band of support as those lower abdominals reach around and hug your lower back. Exhale and fold it down once again. And then inhale. Nice breath is going to lift you up. Soft knees as you rise. Bring your arms overhead. Connect your hands together and gently pull your hands over to the right, taking a little crescent stretch, and look down toward your right ankle. Inhale, bring the arms up to the center. Take that beautiful little crescent to the left and turn your neck, gazing down at your left foot. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale and fold it down. Walk your feet backwards and let's take it to downward facing dog. So gently just tiptoe those feet toward the back of the mat. Bring them about hip distance apart. Press down into your hands, thumb and index finger, pressing toward the earth and spiraling energy up through the outside of your shoulders. Once again, release the neck. Let it bobble around and make sure there's no tension in the cervical spine. Lift your heels up nice and high. Come up to your toes. Press your hips up and back. Reach them up like you're trying to touch the clouds. And then press the thighs toward the back as you release the heels down. Take a deep cleansing breath in. Exhale. 2 more times just like that. Finding a place to manifest your inspiration for the day. Right, and from downward dog, we're going to keep the right leg straight and we're going to bend the left knee. You're going to bring your weight forward as you roll over the left foot, bringing the top of the foot down. Right leg is still straight, and then we're going to let that right leg lift up behind us. So we're on 3 limbs with the right leg lifted. Go ahead and start to bend both your elbows. We're going to bring the forehead down toward the mat. Right leg is still lifted and extended. Tap your forehead down, bowing in this version of table. And then inhale, come back up, straighten your arms. Cross your right leg over to the left side of your mat. Tap the toes down and turn and gaze over your left shoulder. Deep breath here as we open the right side of the body. We're going to stay here 2 more breaths. Just enjoying the slow pace this morning. And then bring the leg back behind you. Tap the toes down. The right leg is still extended. And then all we're going to do is press up and back, rolling back over the left foot to come to downward facing dog. Go ahead and roll over the right toes. Bring the right knee down. Left leg is extended straight and lifts off the mat. Same thing. Press it up and back. And then start to bring your elbows backward, bending your arms. Bowing down, forehead tapping the mat, left leg lifted. Inhale, lift back up, straighten your arms, cross your left leg over to the right and tap those toes down. Turn and gaze over your right shoulder. Look at your toes. Breathe. 2 more full breaths here. The ribs, opening that left hip and IT band. 1 more breath. Slide the left foot back, tap the toes down, lift the right knee and roll back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we're going to bring the right foot forward. Bring it all the way to the front for a long, lean runner's lunge. press down through your hands and lift up through the middle of your back as you lengthen your head forward. Feel the energy rising up and feeling the back of your heart lift. One more breath here. And then turn your right toes, pivot on your right foot, walk your hands to the left. Come into a wide-legged forward fold. Feet are parallel to the front and back of your mat. Walk your hands backwards so that the palms and the soles of your feet are in a nice straight line. Inhale, come up to fingertips. Lengthen your head forward. Lift up through the inner thighs. Exhale and fold it down. Inhale, walk your hands to the left. Pivot on your left foot. Turn the toes toward the back. We're right back into a runner's lunge, but now facing the opposite side of your mat. So you're facing the back. Breath in and out. Remember, if you do use blocks, anytime we walk around the mat like this, you can bring them with you. One more breath. And bring the right foot forward. Forward fold. Lift up halfway. Bring those hands just below the knees. Lift up through the abdominals. Lengthen through your spine. Exhale and fold it down. Inhale, soft knees help you lift up, still facing the back, arms reaching up and overhead. Connect your palms once again. Take your crescent to the right. Inhale, lift the hands to the center. Exhale, take your crescent to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale and fold it down. Step back with your left foot. Come right back into runner's lunge. Left leg back, right leg forward. Walk your hands around to the left, coming all the way around the world. Now we're facing the opposite side of the mat. Fold forward in Prasarita Padottanasana. Wide leg forward fold. Inhale, stretch your head forward, straighten your arms. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift and straighten, and then walk the hands around. We're going to go right back where we started at the front of the mat, this time with left leg forward. Runner's lunge, take a breath here. Right foot comes forward, forward fold, facing the front of your mat. Inhale, lift. Use those lower core muscles to support you every time you lift up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, arms reach out to the side, lift them up and overhead. Connect your hands once again. Exhale, bend like a reed toward the right. Inhale to the center, bend like a reed to the left, like a gentle seagrass blowing in the breeze. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, forward fold once again. Step your feet back, bring your knees down, and come to tabletop position, hands and knees. From tabletop position, bring your left elbow down underneath the shoulder and stretch your right arm forward. Stretch those fingers as far as they can. Open up under the armpit. Let your head eventually drop down towards your left arm and release your heart. Imagine there's a trap door to the front of your heart, and it gently opens, and just let your heart connect to the earth. This feeling of energy and power connecting you to the grounding energy of Mother Earth. bless you. Find a way to manifest your inspiration for the day. Whatever that word was that popped into your consciousness, let it resonate here. And then inhale, slide your right hand back. Come back up to all fours position. Open your right leg out to the side. A nice long extension of your right leg directly off the hip at 90 degrees. Now take that right hand the other way. We're going to slide it under the body. Palm is up, back of the hand is sliding backwards on the mat. Let your head bow down once again. This time, releasing and opening the upper back. Sliding under the gate. Breathe, feel the lovely opening in the thoracic spine as the back of the heart is now released the other way. Open that door and let your heart connect to the heavens above. Slide your hands forward, bring the right palm down, bring your right knee back up underneath. From here, we're going to take that whole sequence to the other side. So we'll bring the right elbow down under the shoulder. Slide the left arm forward. Come to Anantasana, half melting heart. Sure to keep bringing your left fingers as far forward as you can. Walking your fingers, grabbing and sort of just pulling as you open up the full extension. From fingertips all the way down through the ribs. Breathe and open that door once again. Front of your heart connecting to Mother Earth. One more breath. Slide the left leg hand back. Press the hand down, palm on the mat. Left leg is now going to extend out in a straight line off the hip. Same left hand is going to reach underneath the body. Turn the palm up and slide the back of the hand toward the back of the mat as you lower down on the right elbow. Reach those left fingers as far as you can, and now release your heart once again up to the sky. I love the image of there just being this little trap door. And once we open it up, the heart can connect greatly, beautifully to the sky above. One more breath. And then slide the left hand back. Come back to your palm, bring your left knee back up and underneath. Go ahead and press back to a child's pose. Release your hips backward towards your heels. Take a breath here. All right, inhale, come back up to all fours position. From tabletop, let's take a couple of cat-cows, dropping the belly down, bringing the chin forward, and then take it to cat, stretching up and back. 2 more times. Move your spine like it's a beautiful wave in the ocean, rolling in and out gracefully. Last time into cow, and then come back to tabletop position. Bring your right foot forward once again. Come up to the ball of your left foot. You can take your hands to blocks if you like, or lift up without that aid. We're going to come to a high lunge. So we're going to bring the energy into the center of the body and let ourselves lift up with a nice strong back leg. Take a look at your right knee and make sure that that leg is pointing directly forward. Lift your chin, open your heart. Deep breath here, couple more breaths. We're gonna hold this. I know it's harder to hold than it is to move, but it's good. Nice. And then from high lunge, we're going to drop the left heel down, make that slight variation so the left heel drops down and we're in warrior one. This is going to anchor ourselves in the outside of that left ankle. Then bring your hands down and straighten the right knee. Lift your heart, bring your shoulders away from your ears, draw in through the navel, and then start to hinge forward with a strong flat back, bringing the crown of the head forward. Right hip pushes back, left hip rotates forward. Come to a flat back and hold here if you can. If you wish to bring your hands to your blocks, that's always an option. We're in Parsvottanasana, pyramid posture. Breathe. And then we're going to take the right arm and reach that right arm forward. And then bring the right hand down to either the shin or a block. Slightly turn your right foot a little bit, scoot your right foot a little bit over to the left, as we're going to open up into triangle pose. So what we want to do is bring the right foot a little bit more to the left side of the mat, just a half an inch or so that we can open the hips and shift the pelvis appropriately. And lift all the way up. Use that core strength to lift up. Bend the right knee in warrior two. Take the left arm around, bring it toward the front of the mat, Step it forward. Inhale, both arms up, and exhale and fold. Lift halfway up and lengthen through that spine. Exhale and fold it down again. Step the right foot back. Take it to a low lunge to begin. Establish your foundation and then lift up as you're ready. Use your strength. High crescent lunge, reaching the arms forward, pressing back into those right toes. Thigh is nice and strong. Gluteal muscles and core supporting and stabilizing your body. Deep breath in. What is your word for the day? Manifest it here. All right, and then we're going to just shift slightly by dropping the right heel down. Right foot is at a diagonal. We're still bending into that left knee. All we've done is shift from high lunge to warrior one. Anchor ourselves in the outside of that right foot. Sometimes that means we consciously sort of shift the weight backwards. A lot of times we're always trying to reach forward, but I want you to feel equally grounded from the front to the back. All right, go ahead and bring your hands down to your waist, and now straighten the left leg. Once again, lift up, shoulders away from your ears. Feet are grounded, core is steady. Lengthen your head forward, come to Parsvottanasana. Engage into your pyramid posture with a nice long torso. Right and left ribs both opening, pressing forward. Blocks are there for whenever you need them. Or you can come into a little bit more of a challenge by holding the body erect. It's up to you. Nice deep breath. And then take the left arm, reach it forward, and then bring it down toward the left shin or a block. Slightly take the left foot toward the right side, open the ribs, lift the right arm up, and here we are in triangle pose. 3 breaths here. Feel this delicious posture of equanimity, each limb reaching, extending. Beautiful. All right, lift all the way up, rotate the arms back up, come back to your standing posture, bend to the left knee for a breath. Bring the right arm around, step forward, inhale up, exhale, and fold it down. From forward fold position, step the feet backwards, walk them back to a nice stretchy downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Cleansing. Manifesting your desire for the day. One more time. And inhale, come forward, back down to your knees. Take a cat-cow. Exhale. Come back to table. And once again, drop it back to child's pose. Let your hips just sink back towards your heels. And rest. Let everything go. Use this time to connect to what your heart is saying. To your hands and knees. We're going to flow up and down one more time. So lift those knees up, press it back to downward facing. Inhale the right foot forward, come to runner's lunge. From runner's lunge, turn on your right toes, walk the hands around to the left, forward fold. Inhale, wide leg forward fold, lift up and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Grab hold of your inner thighs, lifting. Hands come to waist. Open up to star. Wide, beautiful. Energy flowing east and west. Deep breath, bring your hands together. Exhale, back to star. Hands come to waist and fold it down, slowly descending. Inhale, walk the hands around to the back, pivot on that left foot. Runner's lunge. Step the right foot forward and fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Bring the arms overhead. Exhale, fold it down again. Step the left foot back. Take it to your lunge. And then pivot on your right foot. Coming all the way around the world. Once again, we're on the opposite side. Wide legs. Fold it down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift up. Bring your hands to your waist, strong ascent, lifting up, come back to star. Deep breath at the top, extend as far as you can. Press down through the outside of those ankles. Feel yourself firmed to the earth. Inhale, bring your hands together over your head. Exhale, extend them out. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale and out. One more time. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale and out. Fold it down once again. Hands come to the mat. Inhale, walk your hands around to the front, back to your lunge position. Slide the right leg back, the left leg back. Take it to downward facing. Inhale, come down with your knees on the mat. Roll it down to your belly. And come to Sphinx pose. Hands underneath your shoulders, elbows underneath your shoulders. Press your shoulders away, lift up through your head. Lengthen the back of your neck as long as it will go. And then open your heart to the front of your mat. Let your heart lead the way. What truth are you manifesting today? Let it carry you through every aspect of your life today. This is your calling. This is your truth. More breath here. And go ahead and bring those hands underneath your shoulders. Press them up, roll it back, this time to a wide leg child's pose. Bring your big toes together to touch. Knees open wide, let the belly just melt all the way down, and relax and release it out. Bearing your heart, opening it up. Reading what is inside. So powerful. Roll yourself back up, come onto your hands and knees, come onto your seat, and we're going to roll down to our back for the remainder of practice. Come on back into Apanasana, gently hugging your knees into your chest. Do a little rock back and forth, massage your spine, your sacrum. Go ahead and extend your left leg down. Keep hugging your right knee into your chest. Take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Open the right arm into a T off the shoulder and guide your right leg across the body to the left side. Keep your right shoulder down. Feel that lovely stretch on the outside of the right hip. If it feels appropriate for you and you'd like to turn your neck, you can bring your ear down toward the shoulder. Honor your body. Listen to the truth that is inside. This is the true journey of yoga. to your back. Everything back to the center. Lift your right leg up. Extend the right foot to the ceiling. Bring your hands behind your right thigh. Point your right toes and flex your foot. Point and flex. Point and flex the foot. Just feel that deep stretch as you do down the Achilles, all the way into the back of your knee. Nice. And bend your knee and bring that right leg all the way down the mat. Hug your left knee into the chest. Take the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Same thing, just draw it across your body. Rolling onto your right hip, but keeping that left shoulder on the floor. Take it slowly. Feel how far you need to go and what you are needing today. If you want to turn that left ear, bring the ear down to the shoulder. You can take that additional option if you wish. Where you can let go. And roll it back to the center. Extend your left leg up toward the ceiling. Take hold of it behind the thigh and just begin. Point and flex. Point and flex. Really feeling that lovely stretch back behind the heel. Into the arches once again. Where we started. Bend your knee and extend the long left leg down the mat. Cover up if you need to. Find a beautiful neutral position where you can relax in Shavasana. And I'd like you, once you settle in, bring your word of the day to mind. See the word in your mind's eye. Feel the presence of its inspiration wrap around you. Commit to making this your guiding principle for today. Follow through in every aspect of your life. It is what came directly from your heart. So, it is your truth. last few moments of Shavasana this morning, I'd like to read you a quote from Jack Kornfield. This is from A Path with a Heart, a guide through the perils and promises of spiritual life. He writes, "When we let go of our battles and open our heart to the way things are as they are, then we come to rest in the present moment. This is the beginning and the end of all spiritual practice. Only in this moment can we discover that which is timeless. Only here can we find the love that we seek. Love in the past is simply a memory, and love in the future is a fantasy. Only in the reality of the present can we love, can we awaken, can we find peace and understanding and connection with ourselves and the world." So take a nice soft breath in. Feel the deep connection and awakening in your heart. Exhale and release and manifest your intention in the world. As you're ready, you can begin to move your legs and feet. Perhaps wrap your arms around your knees and hug them into your chest. And anytime you're ready, you can roll to one side and join me on the mat once again to close this lovely practice together. We can all inhale, open our heart, feel that deep connection. Hands together and bow in Anjali Mudra. The light in me is honored to the heart light within you all. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. Om Shanti and Namaste.